It is said that wars are only won upon the anvil of honor.
Others believe victory requires strategy and a mastery of power.
War is deception. A game played best from the shadows.
Only strength and raw power can assure total dominance.
Welcome to another Lord on the Afternet video. I've been waiting for this post from KP ever since he told me about it. I've been so excited, waiting the whole week in London just to see if this would appear. And I'm so glad I'm home now to be able to see this. So basically, what is this? This is a suggestion for a solo path for Dalaran, which is the Nexus war. If you don't know what this is the Blue Dragon fight declaring war on all mortal spellcasters. Since in his eyes they abuse the use of magic. So in the table of this content we're gonna see heroes, units and buildings, events, and the author's note. Inferior mortals, I will no longer tolerate your cynical use of my power. You will all without doubt feel my wrath. The age of mortal magi is over. Malygos the Spellweaver, Lord of Magi. So Malygos has been restored, and his anger against the world's recklessness use of magic has finally surfaced. Now Malygos, Lord of Magic, will use all his magical abilities to finally lay an end to all corrupted fiends who dare to abuse his magic powers. Malygos, when entering the battlefield, will quickly destroy anything near him with his powerful breath of magi. Should anybody dare come near the Lord of Magic, they will quickly suffer a withdrawal of their mana, as well as watching themselves combust into arcane dust. If Malygos sees enough reckless use of magic, he will soon arcane vortexes, quickly dispatching any use of his gift. When a battle is too much, Malygos will channel for a few moments, calling upon most powerful arcane magic and deal heavy amount of damage to all nearby opponents, daring to oppose the Hand of Norogon, which is a pretty epic description of Malygos. So basically, his abilities is the passive, which is a gift of Norogon. Malygos has been gifted by the Titan Norogon himself, and all magical cost to him is reduced by 40%, which is the Rune Brace's effect. If you don't know what it is, it's an item to reduce the magic damage you take by 40%. So a passive like that. Arcane Breath. Press out a deadly and magical fire from his mouth, causing all targets to burn in front of him. Damage increased with level, which is a breath of fire, basically. Cost of Magi. Malygos' auto attack burns the target's mana, dealing the mana burned in damage to both units and heroes equally. Damage and mana burned increase per level, which is feedback. Which is, okay, we so far have a passive, a good AoE, a single target. Vortex. Malygos summons a pair of unmovable arcane vortexes. Able to cast Disruption, Stomp effect, and Dispel Magic, which is Dispel. Amount of vortex increased per level. So basically, if I can summon a vortex, let's say in front of the army, and I can click on a vortex, and it can use Stomp and Dispel Magic, which is pretty powerful though. It is very powerful. Arcane Overload. I have a hiccup, sorry. After 2 seconds, a burst of arcane energy emerges from Malygos, hitting all enemies for a huge amount of damage with long range damage and range increase per level. Starfall effect, basically. So he has a magic reduction, fire breath, feedback, a supportive spell, and a great AoE, which is pretty cool, I have to say. This is a solo path, remember that. So he is solo on his own. So Malygos is pretty, or KP got the best out of Malygos as he can. I'm actually gonna take some, not hints, but some of his suggestions in my own map, because he's made some goddamn work better than I did. Next hero, which is Grand Magus Telstra, and if anybody doesn't know who she is, it's basically one of the bosses in the Nexus instance in World of Warcraft. The master of the ley lines. Telstra, a betrayer of the Kirin Tor, joined forces with Malygos' Blue Dragon fight in a quest to eradicate all opposing magic users. She supports him with her supportive aura, giving greater knowledge to her fellow casters, as well as providing defenses for them with her frost spells and offenses with her fire. In dire need, she can split up into 3 images, all focusing on each magical force, which also splits her spell power focus. So basically, She has a firebomb, puts a fiery aura on an enemy, causing nearby units to take X amount of damage per second. Damage and durability increased with level and cooldown reduction reduced per level. Basically a lightning shield, so, you know, it's kind of cool to see that. Frost Nova stuns all nearby units for a few seconds and damages them. Damage and rotation increased with level. War Stomp, basically. So, yeah, seems kind of cool. Wait, did I read wrong? Yeah, it damages as well, so basically just War Stomp. Brilliance Aura, we already know what that is, so there's no need to say that. So, and the last one is Mirror Image. It splits into 3 images of herself, giving each image a new set of power. The rotation increased with level, Storm, Earth, and Fire effect, ultimate spell, and active. So basically, image 1 will have Fireball, Blast, sorry, which is basically Firebolt, which deals damage and stuns. Scourge causes an... Oh, hold on. Right, sorry about that, it was my mother calling, and I did not expect that. Wait. Scourge causes an enemy to take big amount of damage over time, Soulburn effect without silence. So we do have some nice, what's it called again in World of Warcraft? DPS, I don't know, that's not the word I'm looking for, but I'm just gonna move on anyway. Image 2, Sheep, transform an enemy into sheep, effect obviously. Time stop, blast an area with arcane magic, causing all units to hits to be stunned. Oh, cluster rocket, oh nice, I like that. Image 3, Blizzard causes a hail of sharp, yeah, we know what Blizzard is, so, Blizzard, duh, I should have actually said that. Ice Bob shoots an ice bob to pierce, oh god no. Shoots a sharp piece of ice forward, damaging enemy shockwave. Okay, so yeah, this hero is very powerful if you look at the ultimate with all these. If you are very good at using different or more things at the same time, then this hero is just perfect for you. Varos Cloudstrider, assured Lord of the Blue Dragonflight. Varos Cloudstrider is commander of the Blue Dragonflight. He leads the ground forces of Malygos' Ashore forces, enhancing them and giving major boosts to their defenses, as well as allowing them to instantly summon troops to the battlefield. His ultimate allows Varos to deal with enemy god Thai heroes should they be stuck in place, allowing him to destroy their massive health pool. Oh my god! Now I'm looking forward to see what he has. Okay. Teleport Guardians, summon a number of units for 6 seconds to fight alongside Varos. Number of units summoned increased with level, a summon elemental effect. Dragon Armor reduces damage taken by X to a minimum of I. Damage taken decreased per level, but never below I. Stone Skin effect. Arcane Protection. Varos lets the arcane magic flow through his allies, increasing their armor. Armor increased with level. Devotion Aura. Arcane Beam. So we have some removed and new content here. What it was before. Channels a powerful vortex in an area, dealing heavy percent of damage to those standing inside. Damage increased with level, death and decay. But it seems it's been changed to a earthquake effect instead, which means it slows enemies' attack and movement speed and damages buildings, which is pretty powerful. That also makes a little bit more sense with an arcane beam destroying everything. And of course, reducing attack and movement speed. The army consists of what little remains of the Blue Dragonflight and variety of species, either scared of the wrath of Malygos' crusade or those who willingly to serve him and his purpose. Many of those consist of traitors of the current Tour who now seek to destroy all opposing magic users on Azeroth. Can you, a traitor of Dalaran, destroy all who would oppose your master Malygos? So basically our first unit is the Mage Slayer, replaces the Footman. The Mage Slayer is a mana-shaped hound who seeks to quickly destroy enemy spellcasters by rushing through the front lines and into the enemies, but will die quickly should they encounter enemy melee units. So they have Feedback and Arcane Barrier, which is a magic defense effect. Magic defense. Let me think, what is that again? Is that like PS? Is that defend in other words, I think? I don't know, I can't remember what that is. But we know what Feedback is, so that's at least something. Enforce to replace the constructs, limited of 10. This unit will act as a front line for Malygos' army and protect numerous spellcasters in the back line. Should these soldiers fall, the mages will surely fall afterwards. Due to the limit, they will have strong arsenal defensive, helping them survive alongside Varos. So they have Thick Scales, Stone Skin effect. They have Arcane Barrier, which is the magic defense. I don't know if that's defend or not, but I don't know. And then they have a mana shield, which we all know what is. So that's a powerful melee unit, but of course there's a limit on them, but they are meant to be very tanky. So we had a Mage Hunter here, which is removed, so we're not going to look at that, of course. Anti-caster replaces Sorceress. The anti-caster is an offensive caster who's an expert of removing buffs and summoned units. Using this unit to fight either pure Blood Elves or Elemental Horde will give you a huge advantage and will most likely give you a victory. So they have Spell Steal, which we know what is, Invincible, which is the same, and then we have Chain Dispel. Oh wow. We can already guess what that is. You use it and it's a chain of them. So you do them more instead of an area. So that's kind of cool. Construction is a Betrayer of the Kirin Tor, Sworn to the Blue Dragon Fight, and Malygos Crusade. They provide with utilities that they formerly provide the Kirin Tor over to supporting Malygos to help his cause. The constructionists are still the same as the new Dalaran or Dalaran Remnants has, okay? And Morgan as well, I think. Chaplain with Mana Flare. Like the Constructionist, the Chaplain with Mana Flare has also betrayed the Kirin Tor. The Mana Flare bot already excelling at the countering mages by punishing them for casting spells will prove an excellent asset for Malygos' newfound army in his quest to eradicate all magic uses. Alright, that's kinda cool. Spellbinders replace the priest and Magus dragon spawn now called upon to help on the battlefield against abusive mortals. The Spellbinder provides excellent supportive abilities to help the allies survive longer and eventually win the battle. So instead it was a remove the heal, but now a Frost Armor instead. Mana infuse, mana drain only targetable allies, which means it gives mana to, I don't know, another caster or hero. I think that's how it works. Healing Stone, we all know how that works. It summons a stone and heals units around it, which is kind of a good support unit. Skyracer. This unit replaces the Eagle. These absolute dragons have come forth to provide aid to Malygos' army. They are, however, limited to 8 at a time. Though not as big as the Elders, they provide excellent skirmish opportunities and sniping of flying heroes / zeppelins. However, they should be found and CC'd. They will quickly go down. So they have Razor Claws, which is critical strike only to air, splash attack, and magic destruction burning oil. Oh my god! I can see why they have a limit, and they should maybe not be 8, because that could be very powerful. Now, of course, this is maybe their key as a siege, I would assume, but I don't know. It would be cool. This seems like a cool unit, so let me see. Assured Dragons, the Elder Dragons and the backbone of Malygos' army. The numbers, however, are low, so only 4 is allowed out from protecting the Nexus at a time. These noble beasts provide strong CC on the front lines with their freezing breath and tanky scales. Sorry. These majestic creatures are hard to take down, and doing so mid-battle will prove difficult. However, a retreating dragon is much easier to catch than those standing behind an army of Varos. So splash attack, Breath of Ice, which is Breath of Fire effect. There was something removed here. Dragon destruction, Corsair Breath effect. I have no idea what it is. And magic scales, which is the Brune Braces effects. Oh, seems cool. And by looks of it, this seems to be the elite, since it's the last one. So replace the Kirin Tor Archmage. Yeah, this is the elite. These Archmages left the Kirin Tor for greater power, so ended up serving Malygos and the Blue Dragon fight. Now increased with powers beyond the most of the Kirin Tor that they left in Dalaran. They seek to aid Malygos in the quest to destroy all those who would oppose him and abuse his magic. These elites units are few, but only 4 will prove enough to destroy an entire army. So basically, what we know about the Kirin Tor from before, they are very powerful with an army. So let's see how powerful these guys can be. So they have a summon construct. I don't know, the last one didn't have any summons, so these have got a summon. Amplify magic, which is banish. They removed Frost Nova. Gave them Arcane Boulders, which is Infernal minus the summon effect, which is basically like a meteor from the sky, and Arcane Resurrection, which is chain healing. So they lost their chain lightning, but they got an AoE instead, by looks of it. They got a banish instead of, they don't have the barrage anymore, but they got a banish, which could prove dangerous with all these magic casters. They got a summon, which is cool. What else did they have? Healing Wave, Chain Lightning, Barrage. I don't remember what the rest of the spells are. Stupid me, okay. Okay, the buildings are Town Hall, which trains peasants and Ashur Archmages. Nexus Pole, which replaces the Barracks. Mage Slayer, Mage Hunter, which was removed by the looks of it, as we saw. And the Enforcers. Ashur Sanctum, which replaces the Arcane Sanctum. Anti-Casters, Spellbinders, Constructionists, and Chaplains with Mana Flare. Blue Dragon Roost, which replaces the Workshop, where you can build the Sky Races and Ashur Dragons. Every other building stays the same, which probably is farms and all that. So we're gonna go into events. Hold on here, I just need to grab something to drink. Let me see. Ah, wonderful. This event the Magic Crusade, sorry. This event becomes available after 10 minutes into gameplay. Activable as either Dalaran Remnants or Dalaran, not activated by Worgen or Gilneas. Requires Ronin to have gone to the Nexus, giving a choice to either kill Malygos or get killed by Malygos using fight or die. Dalaran, if under Dalaran's control, will turn back into its previous state, as well as every unit inside. Units will turn into their respective counterparts. Cloudstrider will be fortified with buildings and a light bridge, like New Dalaran. Two aisles with two buildings and some towers will be put under the Blue Dragonflight's control. These two buildings are uncapturable and controls the light bridge, allowing invasions from the sea. Oh, nice. So that's how you basically activate this event, which seems reasonable. I think that is fine. The ley lines. 3 ley lines buildings will spawn on the map. Controlling the ley lines will provide mana regeneration to the owner's nearby units. If the Blue Dragonflights control all ley lines, they can research an upgrade which gives all dragons plus 200 health plus 5 damage. And 3 levels to Telstra, which of course, this is kind of hard I think, because we have seen in the past that a lot of players have the opportunity to go to Northrend. We have the Scourge, of course, who starts there. We have the Horde, which can do the invasion. We have Trolls, who can go there. We have Forsaken as well. And, of course, other invading factions. Of course, Twilight as well. So this could be hard, but as well, it could happen as well, because most fights don't always happen there. So I think that's cool to see. Maybe not 200 health, maybe that's a bit too much. Maybe 100 instead, I don't know. The Call of Malygos requires the Nexus. Requires all ley lines to be under control of the Blue Dragonflight. Telstra needs to be level 12 and Telstra needs to be near the Nexus, which means you won't have Malygos in the beginning. He will be like a god tier hero by looks of it. So there you got that. That's how you get him, which seems fair with the level 12 and controlling all the ley lines. The destruction of New Dalaran requires Malygos to be near Dalaran. When Dalaran has been destroyed, Malygos absorb all the magic left in the ruins, of giving him 2 levels and 15 bonus stats, 15 bonus to all stats. Now 15 seems a lot. I would maybe reduce that, but other than that, I think that seems cool. But will it just destroy it to get like for free, or will Dalaran be given to another faction of the Alliance? Let's say Silver Hand instead, or maybe Blood Elves, for example. I don't know. It could be maybe maybe it should be given to Blood Elves. I mean, with the Sun Reavers and all that, if they're still in the Alliance. If Blood Elves leave, then maybe Silver Hand. I don't know. Maybe we will see that. So the author's note, which is KP, the Great Forsaken player. The event to get Malygos is a tricky one due to being in need of control of all ley lines, but it is definitely reasonable when you can get Malygos at level 12 compared to the other god tiers here required level 15, as well as sniping with your dragons to quickly gain all structures and quickly summon Malygos. This event also provides the Blue Dragonfly to leave Northrend and try to get the god tier hero and maybe fight with whatever faction they desire until Telstra is high enough level. This took a hell of a long time to make. I had to keep my mind what the Dragonfly needed and what fit them. I did not want them to become fully Dranotic, neither fully Mortal Race filled, but a middle ground of both. So that is how the unit line-up looks right now. Mass Teleport didn't make sense for the faction since it has no allies. For example, Horde and normal Dalaran both have Mass Teleports because they have their abundance of possible allies. The only use of Mass Teleport would be if they control a lot of CPs, which at that point they're already one. If they want to travel, they may as well buy a scroll from the shop using the 3 heroes. Sorry. Their frontline is not, it's a front, I cannot. Their frontline is supposed to not consist of a lot of units under summoned, and their healing only to heal bare minimum, as they aren't disruptive or offensive focused caster faction. It is why Varos is so tanky, allows him to boost his strong squad of frontlines with additional armor and call more units to help him tank his backline. Now this one, I like it a lot. I would like to see the last Alliance faction get some kind of event where they can go solo, because we have all other faction who has the who has the possibility to do this. I need another drink. Just give me a moment here. To go solo, because everyone else has that. Now I saw some complaining in the comments that, what about Argent Crusade? If they go solo, they will be left alone. Yes, they will be. And I saw some people talking about maybe give them a boost then, if he goes solo, which seems reasonable if Argent Crusade goes solo. But I have to also remember, Argent Crusade is very strong on its own if it has heroes high level. But of course, if he goes Argent Crusade, it's a sign that he needs his allies. So I guess that up to the creators. And I'm just gonna scroll down to the second page. I don't know what's up with this page right now. I did see some screenshots, however, of units set up. So let's take a look here. I don't know if this... Yeah, okay, we actually got pretty close here. So from what I can guess, these are the Mage Hunters, the Ranger, the Mage Hunter, which was removed, Enforcers, the Anti-Caster, Chaplain, Constructionist. There's something in the way there. Oh, there we go. I don't remember what that cast was called. The healer ones, the Sky Racers or the Ashore Dragons. I would guess the Sky Racers, and maybe these are dragons. Varos, Telstra, and Malygos. So there we got them all. I think that we also this was made by Sunfall, I think, of the units, if I'm not mistaken. But if I am mistaken, then please correct me in the description. Now the video is done, and I thank you so much for watching. And please leave a comment. What do you think about this? Should Dalaran get their solo path as well? Should the Nexus war start? Because I would love to see it. We already crossed so many boundaries with lore that I think this one is acceptable as well. So until next time, guys. Bye bye.